It is the Riot. Had a 4-day work week.
It's been tough, hasn't
I'm really
it?
tired, guys.
So did anybody make more coffee, like in the actual coffee pot, or did you just French press it today?
What's going on with you over there?
I wanted a little coffee. I just wanted a little bit.
You are slowly but surely
actually I was most excited
into our club.
No, the reason I've been most excited is the person who normally brings us like some fun coffee creamers and things like that is not available to come in. Yeah. But we did get some yesterday.
Yeah.
So all night I was like, woo, there's going to be a little coffee creamer. I could have a little coffee with it. And there's none in the coffee pot, but maybe Chris made some.
Maybe. Typically, I come in and I make coffee for everybody. Nikki and I are the first people here. I'll make coffee, but our normal coffee, we're out of it. And I haven't been in a hurry to go get some because we have a ton of coffee in there.
Yeah, we've just got other different brands.
We just need to kind of drink through the stuff that we have. And we got the Amazon Basics coffee, and I made the hazelnut the other day and really didn't like it.
But the smell was so good. I'm willing to overlook it because of how the smell was.
So what I was thinking was, okay, well, maybe I'm just not giving it a really good shake by making it in the...
is that what you made in the French press?
Yeah, so I made it in the French press. It actually is better in the French press.
It is.
But...
we just need a bigger French press then.
Or just two.
Oh, two.
So,
yeah, we could get twin ones.
His and hers French press. And we've got plenty of room in the electric kettle.
In the break room area. We could do that.
So, I mean, I'll just pour both in and you can just press away.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll work on that. But if not, I'll go see if there's some in the coffee pot.
I mean, if there isn't, I'll make you some.
Okay. I'm sure I can figure out how to make it, but I've seen... the coffee pot have like floods and just different things to where I want to make sure I would know how to do it properly.
It's fine. I'll take care of it. I'll make some coffee, and then anybody who wants some can swing on by.
Depending on when you listen to this podcast, we're celebrating at RadioU a New Music Friday for Wolves at the Gate.
Yes.
So you might hear snippets of some of those details, but you'll also hear Steven from Wolves at the Gate. It's just the best. Just the best. It's really, really good.
We had a good time with Steven today. So you guys can get us listen to that. We also talk Zombieland 2. Burger King may be on their way to being the worst. The need for a security camera.
In the break room.
Yeah. It's getting real, guys. And you know what? I think I might just put it out there and just live stream it so everybody can watch it.
You can access it anytime you want.
There's just constantly... a webcam
so we
can
find out who is doing this.
Yeah, we talk some Godzilla, some McGriddles, swimming. I tried to get Nikki to watch Apollo 11. You guys can take a guess at how that's going to go.
Don't spoil it.
I didn't.
You know, with your seating people.
It's tone.
With that negative talk.
You got to be careful about stretching.
Boy, you are just all stretching over there.
Okay, who's been rubbing their eyes for the last 5 minutes?
It's allergies. It's not, even though I feel very tired.
I'm not sure. I'm not convinced it's just allergies, okay? But yes, Nikki's rubbing her eyes. I'm stretching. It's nap time.
It's snack time and then nap time.
Yeah, get your belly full. Lay down.
It's fine.
Yeah, well,
really
you
good.
guys enjoy the podcast. Thanks for hanging with us every single day, and we'll talk to you later.
So for the Stephen from Wolves at the Gate, when you're done with the podcast, you can also watch it, too. That's at RadioU Riot on Facebook. We stream tons of stuff there. You'll see it in the feed, or if you go to our RadioU Riot YouTube channel, you'll also see lots of fun stuff to watch, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, enjoy the podcast. We'll see you later.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. RadioU.
If I were to make a list of problems in my life, it may fill a very large book. Because, let's be honest, you've heard me on the radio. I mean,
there's stuff each morning. I mean, it's not
every day.
I don't think it's necessarily big stuff, but there's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you put a lot of work. You compose a song and you get the orchestra together and you play it for your co-host, and they're like, we're missing the mark.
Sorry.
That's.
Am I adding to your problem today?
I'm not calling that a problem.
Oh, just
I'm calling that an obstacle. Okay, that's just day-to-day life. But I feel like if I could sum it all up into one real word, what is Obadiah's problem? What is your problem?
Yeah, what do you have?
It would be Obadiah. I think I'm probably...
You are the name for it now?
I am the problem. Because, I mean, we could go into a lot of things, but here's the thing. We're going into the weekend, right? So I was thinking this weekend, what do you want to do? Do you want to get something? Do you want to this? Do you want to that? And like, you go through this big list of stuff. And I will tell you that when I started thinking about the weekend, I started thinking about the things I would like to do this weekend. A lot of the things I would like to do are things that I've done like a million times. And here's what I've discovered. The things that I want to do, I won't really end up enjoying them that much. They won't really satisfy. I'll probably regret them on Monday. And yet, I'm like, this time it'll be different. This is the
sure
one.
Of it.
This is the one. This time, we're going to do this. And I know I'm going to feel good. I'm going to be glad. I'm going to be refreshed. It's going to be fantastic. Now, how stupid is that? How many times have I done the same thing with the same result, but there's something inside me? Should we call it optimism? That is like, not this time, guys. This time, we're going to get it right. This time, it's going to work. Well, I want you to know that I'm not alone. I know I'm not, because as I look around, there are all kinds of people everywhere that are making the same problem I'm having. Or no, making the same mistakes. You have the same problem. And your problem is not Obadiah. Your problem is whoever's staring back at you in the mirror. You're convinced that this time it's going to be different. But, I mean, if you really think, you're not stupid. You know that this time it's not going to be different. I know it's not going to be different. So this morning when I was talking to God, which I do, I was telling God what I wanted to do. I was talking to him about the fact that I know that it's not a good idea. And, it was like, okay, God, what are we going to do about it? And I just started asking him for help. I was like, okay, God, you know what? I want you to help me. I know that this is a dumb choice. I know that this is what I want to do. I need some help making an adjustment. And I want you to know that the same God that was hanging out with me in my car today, Jesus, who loves me, who cares for me, who knows that I've done dumb things, but is still around. I want you to know that he can be with you in your car today, in your bathroom, at your job, where, summer school, wherever the heck it is that you're headed today. And he can help you go, no, not this time. This time we're going to try something different. And this time we're going to get a different outcome. Look, it's just as simple as asking, say, Jesus, I need help. I keep making the dumb choice and hoping for the good thing, and it never works. I'm ready to try things your way. Come into my life, fill me with your spirit, show me a different way to do things. Man, God is absolutely going to do that.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
In general, I don't want to put security cameras in this building. I would like to think that, and you're like, well, the security cameras aren't for the staff. That's in case something would happen, and that's why they're there.
And there are some cameras for that. There are a little bit of both.
I need cameras in this building watching the staff.
We have them almost everywhere except for the break room.
We need a break room camera.
How come?
I'll tell you exactly why. Yesterday on this show, and you can see the archive at riot.radiou.com.
You can watch it.
These two Riot hosts took it upon themselves to run a Riot taste test, and we did two things. We tried the Christmas in July Christmas tree cakes.
From Little Debbie.
I got phone calls about last night.
What do you mean?
Friends and family that were like, hey, were those real? Where do you get them?
Same trees that you get at Christmas, just a different box.
That happened. People got excited that they were around. So that's one. But the other thing we tried was the Baskin-Robbins Oreo flavors, mint chocolate chip. Now, there were, when Nikki and I were done, 3 trees left.
Yeah.
And, okay, I knew there's no way we're coming in here and there's trees left in the break room.
There wasn't a lot in the box, so we just didn't have as much. But with the Oreos, I only had one. You had one.
I had 2.
You had 2, so there's 3 out of the bag.
During a taste test, I always have 2. I have the straight Oreo, then I have one that I open up so we can just taste the filling.
So there was plenty left.
I mean, plenty. Now, keep in mind, there aren't that many people coming in here yesterday. I know some people that normally are here that weren't here at all yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, I mean, you got a couple of people. You got Hudson, you got Chris.
Yeah, Sydney, and Michael.
You got Michael. And I think those were realistically the only people that were here yesterday.
Well, then let's do the math. How many Oreos are in? That wasn't like a large size Oreo bag. It's their specialty size.
Right,
so how many are in there?
In a standard size Oreo, there's 45 Oreos in a package.
Yeah, I don't know if there were that many.
I believe, according to this, and you don't know, if you can be 100% sure, but let's say this says there's 39 in there. So that's 13 in 3 rows.
So take out the ones we had.
36.
And let's do the math. How many
4
did each
people,
person have
that's
to eat?
9 Oreos for each person.
Where did they go? Someone took them home.
That's what I think.
Is the packaging still here?
It's in the trash. It's sitting. That's the thing is, like, it's sitting right on top, which means the last person to throw anything away had to be the one to throw it away. And that feels like Hudson to me.
Let's go full circle. We would know if we had cameras in the break room.
In the break room.
So we're back to that.
We need cameras in there. And probably 2 just to make sure that I can get all the angles.
Maybe this afternoon when Hudson's on, if you guys could just text, like subtly text him.
Ask him. Did he eat all the Oreos?
You don't have to come out and say, but just say, hey,
are you hungry?
How were the Oreos? And see what he says.
Okay.
So if few people could do that today.
I'm comfortable with that.
That's disappointing. We can't even have a couple left.
Well, I mean, I didn't come in expecting to eat them all, but I certainly thought, like an Oreo with some coffee seemed reasonable.
They're gone.
We work with animals. No.
Eat like 9 apiece.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on Radio U.
Should we talk Burger King? Do we need a break?
No, I don't feel like it. No, I think we can talk Burger King. What happened?
Okay. Now, I love Burger King, and I'm really hard on Taco Bell, but more and more, I feel like Burger King is like Taco Bell. We want your title.
My hat.
Hold my crown.
Yeah, because I can do this.
It's like they want to be the worst.
Sure.
It's like they're edging that way. And I mean, I could tell you so many stories. Like there are Burger Kings that I refuse to go to at all. But if you are a close student of the show, and you should be, you know that a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, a Burger King opened near here that has been like, whoa, this Burger King does Burger King right.
Now, we've never had such a new one before. No. So is this just how it is with all new ones?
I don't know. They had put a lot of faith back in the Burger King brand for me. So when I came off the plane, for my vacation this week, I went to the Burger King in the airport thinking I really want some flame broiled goodness, and walked over and there were just 2 employees standing there. Lots of people waiting on food. Nobody cooking.
No one making food.
No one cooking. Everyone just kind of standing around. And I was like, yep.
That's what you've come to know when it comes to that, fast food place.
This is Burger King. So, I don't know who. I want to say it was Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon here. Somebody came and stunk up the whole first floor here at Radio U with a burger. It smelled like Burger King. I mean, if you told me that we were either building a Burger King in Radio U or that we had sold the building and Burger King was here, I would have believed it.
So did it make a craving or something?
Intense craving. So yesterday I was like, I have to do something. I'm going to Burger King, and I'm going to the Burger King.
The newer one?
The one that hasn't failed me yet.
So how was it?
Well, wouldn't it be interesting if I had actually eaten at Burger King yesterday?
Well, why not? What made you change your mind? Did they change your mind?
No, Nikki.
Did they do it?
Do I seem like somebody that when they have a craving, they just change their mind?
Listen, we wouldn't be having story time if everything went as according to plan. What happened? Did they not give you their food?
I'll tell you exactly what I did. I rolled over there. I waited in line. Got up there. It was my turn. And I had just been on the phone with a friend of mine. I was like, man, I got this burger craving. You don't even know. I was like, I got to go. It's my turn.
Little did you know.
I rolled up to the window and she's like, hey, can I help you? And I was like, yeah. And I was so hungry. Then I was like, man, I might just get a double Whopper. Like, go big.
Right.
I want that big burger taste.
It's a cheat day.
I'm so hungry. And I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I want a double cheeseburger. I was like, we'll back it down. We'll back it down just a little bit. And she's like, I'm sorry, sir. We're not serving any burgers at this time.
What's going on? That's the whole thing they do, sir.
I actually said to her, I was like, wait. This is Burger King, right? Yes, sir.
I'm sure she hadn't heard that one yet.
Like, so you guys don't have any burgers at all? Like nothing, no burgers? No, sir, the flame broiler is broken.
And now we're...
And I just told her, I was like, I came here for a burger, so I'm out.
I didn't know anything else?
No.
You don't want
I didn't want their
BK
fries.
Chicken sandwich?
I didn't want a chicken sandwich. I didn't want their chicken nuggets. I wanted a burger. I wasn't even going to order I was ordering nothing but a burger. It's all I wanted.
You got greedy. You wanted it, and you can't have it.
They said I could have it my way right away.
Wrong. Nice try.
So as you can see, like so many other people in your life, it's like, they're not going to let you down. They're not going to let you down. They're not going to let you down. And then...
Down. You didn't even get a freestyle or something?
I got nothing. Nothing.
Were you stuck in the drive-thru?
No.
Because of like a barrier?
I'll give them credit. This Burger King has got to drive out.
They know.
You can just cut out. They knew that day was coming.
They said, it's better to be prepared in case we got to let them out.
Why would I ever think that there's a Burger King that consistently and quickly could deliver me a burger? My heart is broken, and I still haven't had a burger.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Was it? Wait, let me double check because I've got the date here. It was 6 years ago that Amazon started doing TV shows, and they decided to do something a little different than everybody else. They were like, hey, we've produced, was it like 4 or 6 pilots, and we're going to let you guys see the pilots, and you vote on what you think should be a TV show.
And then if you got like the most, that could lead to a potential deal for an actual full season.
In the middle of all of that, Zombieland, the TV show, remember that?
It wasn't Zombieland, the TV show. It came after Zombieland, the movie.
Zombieland, the movie, 2009. Zombieland, the TV show, 2013.
Wasn't the same actors.
No.
But it was the same.
But it was the same writer, director, producer. It was like a lot of the same people. And it was not good. Now, the director, writer guy, he blamed it on the internet. He said that the internet hated this show out of existence. What I felt like he was unwilling to acknowledge was that it wasn't very good.
There was a reason to hate it.
Because I was kind of rooting for it. Zombie comedy, haha, we like that. So sure.
That was also during a time when there was a lot of zombie stuff. So you had to be good
much zombie stuff
to stand out, and people were just kind of tired of it.
It just didn't work. So fast forward to 2019, the writer is back at it.
Here we go again.
They're making Zombieland Double Tap. They just released their first trailer for it. Comes out October 19th. And I said it was a terrible idea. Trailer looks fantastic.
But maybe that's all the fantastic has.
Maybe it is. Zombieland, it's been a long time.
I actually wonder, how does it hold up?
Does it hold up?
It's worth, I think, seeing it again. I don't think it holds up as much as we would think.
You don't think so?
I don't.
You know what? You might be surprised. Like, there are movies that I feel like have aged better than you think. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's a movie that, to me, I was like, it's better than it was.
Than it was?
Yeah, it's better. And you know what? I feel like that comes from the same space.
I'll let you be the one to watch Zombieland and tell me then.
Okay. I might be willing. I did get the 99-cent rental this weekend on iTunes is Overlord, and that's like the Nazi zombies. So, I mean, I'm all primed for zombie stuff, I guess.
Just make a zombie weekend of it, right?
Yeah, why not? So, Zombieland Double Tap. And, well, what did you think? Did you like the trailer?
You know
what? You didn't, did you? Look at
my history
I saw your eyes.
Of, can we let things just die? Do we have to always keep coming back?
Nikki, it's undead.
Do we have to keep making things keep returning? Some of it was funny. I thought some of it was just expected.
Yeah.
Which I would tell the writer. Just very expected.
Oh. You know what's sad is I would tell the writer, like, you might have done it, guys.
I know, maybe you're back. He's probably in a very sensitive space, so let's just be very careful.
Well, it's been 6 years since the TV show failed. You better watch yourself.
I remember that. That was harsh against him, so that was probably tough. Zach just texted and said, it stands the test of time. He's seen Zombieland, the movie, 6 times, and he loves it every time.
So I don't know if, let's see, can I stream it? I don't think Zombieland's streaming anywhere. Probably on Crackle.
I bet you Amazon.
Let's find out. Okay. Can I stream it? I'm searching.
I think they offered it as streaming as a way to make up for the TV show thing.
We'll stream it forever, guy. Don't worry.
That's how they made it okay.
All right. Well, Can I Stream It is not returning.
It's not working for you?
I can't get it to come back at me with a result. So
it's streaming somewhere. We can tell you that for sure.
You know what? Zach says that Netflix has it. Okay. Well, like, Zach is, first off, texting a lot this morning. And second, we're trusting him with a lot.
He has more information than we do. And he's correct. It's on there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's there.
All right. Well, I'm going to put it in my queue, which means I'm never going to watch it. So, power to the people.
Yes. You should not watch it all weekend.
Good call, Nikki.
Maybe the riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the riot on Radio U.
Okay, so we were talking about the trailer for Zombieland. Was it Double Barrel?
It's the second one, yeah.
Zombieland 2. And Zach texted us all the info, including a screen capture from his phone of Zombieland on Netflix.
In case we didn't believe him.
But it's only on there until August 1st. So, let's see.
What's he going to do then?
Carrie texted, says, none of this matters if you haven't finished Stranger Things Season 3.
Carrie. Way to be listening to the show the whole week.
Bring it at home.
That was an earlier conversation. Despite Obi's vacation time and all, he did not finish Stranger Things Season 3.
I didn't. So
I hear all this stuff about you wanting a new game and what should you be watching this weekend when you need to complete some other stuff.
Okay. So, you know what? Today, I'm in a different mood, so I'm going to receive from the matriarchy. And I'm going to be willing to put it into action.
You're hearing what everyone is saying,
hearing
right?
what everyone's saying.
We only say it because we care.
I will tell you right now, I have plans to watch Stranger Things 3 tonight. Like, it's on the agenda.
You're going to do it.
Speaking of Jared, he texted, says, Zombieland holds up. I haven't been this excited since the new Godzilla movie.
So you like the trailer?
Jared, like, no offense, but if you haven't been this excited since Godzilla, that's only like 2 months. So, I mean,
it sounds like that's the next thing he's been excited about.
It sounds like you're getting pretty excited often enough. You know, if you were this excited 2 months ago, like, you've got excitement.
You got a track record.
Like, you're doing okay. And then Ben says, sounds like you should give Zach one of those DJ jobs.
Well, Ben, you're right. I think Zach could be a great addition to the team.
Yeah, no. The thing is, the problem with Zach who was texting us, is that he was too good. And I can't trust anybody that has that level of knowledge and consistency.
Just make us look bad?
They obviously do not. Well, it's not just they look bad. They're overqualified. You know, we can't have that.
Well, maybe that raises the bar, though, for everybody else. We have to then move on to his level.
Nope. Because, Nikki, I'm not. I have already decided.
You're too comfortable where we're at.
I put the stake down. I've drawn the line. I'm not getting any better than this. So if you were like, man, maybe the riot's going to get better. No,
this is the best that we have.
Actively resisting getting better.
But we appreciate all the better text messages.
Yeah, the impetus is on you, and you guys are doing great. Why should I get better when Zach is texting all the info I need?
Feel free to text and improve us. 877-2-RADIO-U.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
McDonald's has announced that they're taking it to the next level.
Finally.
They're doing chicken McGriddles.
So they have chicken McGriddles. You could always ask for it, right?
Yep.
But it was just not on the menu?
Well, don't you remember that it was actually in Columbus, Ohio, that several franchisees were making the chicken McGriddle, and it was on the menu, but it was not technically a part of the national mothership menu type item.
It's amazing. It's just one of the greatest things ever.
I'm going to tell you guys, it's good.
They're popping up, though, in more nationwide locations as an actual menu item.
Uh-huh. That's right. So if you were looking to spend a long time in line and then be, not disappointed, the chicken McGriddle might be for you.
Well, it's also if you're like for me, I order now mostly through an app.
Yeah.
And when you would not see it there, it just makes it problematic.
That's you got to talk to the person.
So they're also doing the biscuit chicken sandwich. So the McChicken biscuits.
But isn't that haven't they been doing that forever? I
don't think that's just been publicized in all the different places. Like you probably could have still gotten it, but it's just not on the menu.
Well, the reason I say that I thought so is I can tell you the McDonald's I go to, they don't. Well, you know what? Okay, so it's not. I had one the other day, and by the other day I mean like a month ago. But I don't know why I was thinking it. What
just
mad science? But I just asked them. I was like, "Hey, you guys still do chicken biscuits?" They're like, "Oh yeah,
we got it."
So they gave me one.
So it won't be regional for some areas. It'll be nationwide.
Nationwide chicken McGriddles.
Track with this. What if you went and got a chicken McGriddle and a biscuit McGriddle and you just stacked it high?
I don't think you could eat that.
You could.
No, I mean, like you couldn't get it all. You couldn't get a bite in your mouth.
You
to
don't
get all
need
of
both
it.
sides. Like, what if you put the chicken McGriddle, then put one of the biscuit pieces in? Just making your own
You're a
tower.
mad scientist, Nikki.
I think it's worth it.
You're a mad scientist in the food kitchen right there. Well, it's fine. And can I just say that Nikki and I have found that there is a Wendy's near us during breakfast, and we need to do a Skip's work. In fact, I'm just calling it now. Next week.
You want to?
Riot goes live on Facebook, gets in the car like we do.
We just go drive there?
And we go drive
Pick
there
a day.
and get everything.
I'm up for it. Pick a day. And Wendy's brought back their breakfast maybe earlier this year, last year. Does it feel like it?
Yeah, sometimes.
It's just not all the locations.
Yeah, it's not every location.
But man, we used to love a Wendy's breakfast. They had this chicken biscuit thing that was just superb.
Maybe we should save it for not next week, but the week after. Wait for it. Don't get mad at me, everybody, but we're going to the fair next week.
Oh, you're right.
And
It might be too much.
It might actually be a little much.
Well, I don't want to keep pushing it back, though. Then we'll never go.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. This is the kind of stuff I don't forget. I forget a lot of things.
But not this.
Not this.
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop. I can only process so much. Oh.
The Riot, Radio U.
I went swimming in a waterfall last weekend. It was amazing.
When you were on vacation?
I was on vacation. It's just mountain runoff, so it was so cold. So cold. But everybody's kind of sitting around putting their feet in the water, and I was like, you know what? That's not what I want. I want all in. So in a move that is fairly uncharacteristic for me, I just kicked my shoes off, took my shirt off, and dove into the water.
Went on in?
And I didn't really dive. I slowly made my way in, and it was freezing.
But, I mean, that's living the moment right there.
It was so awesome. But you know what I thought before I did it? I was like, do I have any open sores right now? Do I have anywhere that I should be concerned about getting in this water? And the only thought I had was, this is running water and it's mountain runoff.
So you should be fine.
I should be okay. It's probably too cold for anything too serious to live in it, and it's constantly refreshing itself, so I should be okay.
At least for our news sources, there's constantly these horrific stories of the flesh-eating bacteria and disease that these people are getting from just going in the water. Some of them, like, you just stepped in the water and they now have this horrible thing. But I can't tell. I mean, obviously the number of people getting in the water is far greater compared to what
your
the
chances
actual
are just so tiny.
But now that you read about so many of them, you can't help but think about it when you're getting into water.
Absolutely. So here's another story of a guy named Eddie Gray in, I don't know where he was at, but he went to a water park in North Carolina, contracted a parasite and died from, it's just in the water.
Do you think the family could sue then at that point if it's a water park?
Maybe, probably. I don't know. But the thing that gets me is, like, that's kind of what you said, Nikki. I mean, you know, this is like one guy of how many Americans every single day are going swimming. So, look, it's rare. It's not something that happens to everybody. And is it just that we now know what to look for? So it gets reported, but maybe back in the day people died, but they would have never known that, oh yeah, it came from the water.
I don't know
whatever,
the answer.
because that's wild. But I did. I had like mosquito bites. I've got a sore on my arm, like a couple of different places. And I was like, man, should I get in this water? Because interestingly enough, and this is part of this job, but I was filing our quarterly reports.
Yes. The community service
service stuff we do. And in all of that, we actually covered something that the CDC put out. And they say that if you have an open sore at all anywhere in your body, to not get into the water.
Yeah, but it's not just water. Because remember that guy in Oregon, he got it from brushing up against this terribly rusty part of his garage.
Canoe or something, right?
No, it was in his garage, and he had an open sore, and he got stuff in it, and he got the same thing.
Nikki, I got to find a place where I can just hide.
No, you're just supposed to make sure if you have any open wounds that they're covered.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing to work on.
Okay. I'm covered in mosquito bites that I scratched until they bled. So, like, I got stuff
That counts
everywhere.
as an open one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I don't know, do they count, like, if it's scabbed over? Because, I mean, it could be, like, you don't think it's open, but, like, right at the corner of the scab, there's, like, a little thing.
I don't know the
whatever.
rules to this, but it's uncomfortable.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Man, I am reading an absolutely amazing article right now. It is from Stuff in New Zealand, but what it is about content moderation. So these are the people whose job it is to work for Facebook, Instagram, or even Reddit or your local whatever. Their job is to monitor things on social media that people post and to remove the most offensive or, things that break the guidelines they've established. And one of the things that they're talking about is just the incredible toll psychologically that it is taking on people to
on the ones that have to do the removing.
Yes. Crazy. They say that a lot of them exhibit signs of basically PTSD. It's so bad because of the things they stare at. And they say that, we know that it's not everybody and that it's not normal, but basically they're staring at the dark so hard that it's just affecting them. And some of them are saying some companies offer counseling for their people, and then some people don't. So there are, some that are like, hey, I've quit this job. One guy, he quit more than a year ago, and he's still in counseling because it's just messed with him so badly.
Well, you're seeing the worst of people.
And, and for them, too, like, it's not just a matter of seeing, like, mean words. Some of it's that. It's just the hate. But, I mean, in some cases, it's visuals. Like, they're seeing things that they, don't want posted, and it's bad, and it's really, really messing with their mind. And I'll tell you what, more and more and more, I just find myself thinking that obviously I think social media is a good thing, just like almost any technology. It can be used for good, but it can be used for bad. But I think even more the takeaway is the stuff that we see, listen to, hear, take part in, whatever, it all affects us. And it's not just the very worst things. Sometimes it's just the innocuous things that we think don't matter or whatever. They have lasting effects on us. And I know for me, I have some friends that run a company that was basically in crisis. They needed someone to help them manage social media for a while.
Did you see it that way?
I spent a couple of weeks doing that. And dude, if you want to talk about just staring into the mouth of the monster, like the things that I read from people, it was so unbelievable that somebody thought that it was okay to use those words. And we're not talking about people that had committed mass murder. Like, it wasn't like they were emailing Hitler. They were just, it was not that. You know what I mean, though?
No, I understand.
That's what you would think. You're like, you caused a war that killed millions. Nope, not that. It was about a scratch. So it was an odd thing. A very odd thing to look at. And so I read this. This resonates with me, even though I didn't see a tenth, of what these people are seeing. But you can only
imagine what they're going through.
It's just something to think about as you're headed into the weekend or any day of the week. The stuff that you see, the stuff that you listen to, the stuff that you allow access to, it affects you. So think about it. Like, really take a look at what you're looking at.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on RadioU.
You probably find yourself wondering, you want to buy Obadiah an appreciation gift just for all he does for you.
You've been wondering what is the right gift for quite some time. You just didn't know what to get him.
What do you get him? And I want you to know that I may have found something here. I got a message yesterday from many, many, many of you on Twitter, including Josh of Showbread fame. If anybody remembers Showbread from the RadioU Throwback channel, he and I maintained contact basically for one subject only.
And that's Godzilla?
And it's Godzilla, yeah. So Criterion announced a 15-disc Blu-ray set. It's their 1,000th movie release.
Uh-huh.
And these 15 movies are, they're all Godzilla movies.
So... is it Blu-ray you said? Or?
Yeah. From 1954 to 1975.
That's the window?
It's just those movies. It's a lot of movies. They made 15 movies in that time.
How much are they going to charge for this thing?
Since people are buying it for me, I'm not worried about it.
You don't want to know those details?
Yeah, because everybody's pitching in to get it for me.
Well, I just feel like...
I actually don't know what it costs.
That window of the Godzilla movies, the old style ones, though very popular... are pretty cheap to buy on their own. So I don't know if making it a Criterion collection, does that add some value to it?
For some people it does. Some certain behind the scenes things that Criterion adds into the mix. I mean, I can see it. Sure. So,
not even the newest one? They don't even throw you a download of it?
No. Nikki, this is free. Criterion collection. This is
those are not good enough.
No, not well. I mean, they're not artistic enough yet because they're not old.
So when does the new one come out, though?
On Blu-ray?
Yeah, digitally. Shouldn't we be soon?
When did it come out in theaters?
Was it May?
King of Monsters. Okay, let me find out. Why does it bring up Batman and Critters? What is wrong with you? Okay, it's coming out on Blu-ray August 27th.
Pretty soon.
That's pretty soon. Which means they always do the digital like way before that, so we'll probably see that in like a week or two. Which means you can probably pirate it now.
You could have the whole time.
That's probably true, too.
Like, no, I'd rather have the Criterion collection.
No, well, you know how it is. But yeah, it's there. And I just want to say, like to take a minute and thank everybody for hitting me up on Twitter to let me know that it existed.
Isn't that the sweetest?
It's very nice. So, hey, if you ever want to reach out to Nikki and I and you're like, did you guys see this? Please do. You can find links to all of our social media at riot.radiou.com.
The more comfortable we are with you guys doing that, then the less likely we even try to find things ourselves, and we just rely on you guys to tell us all the news.
I'm just leaning into you guys doing all the work.
Pretty hard.
And you know what? I appreciate that. You're great people. Seriously.
Yeah!
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he is.
Yes!
One Steven of Wolves at the Gate fame. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Of Wolves at the Gate fame.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a wrong way to
That's
introduce you.
It's a low bar.
You know what? You said it, not me. You said it. I didn't say it. Hey, so Steven, you have of late, you've got a real habit of doing major life events and not telling us about it.
Is he supposed to consult with you before all those, I thought?
Yes.
He's not following the rules?
He never does.
Oh.
So, Steven, what's going on with Steven the man?
Is there a life event
that he doesn't know about?
That you know about that I know about?
Well, I don't know because we called you and you had gotten married, didn't invite us. We called you.
We've forgiven, though.
Right.
Yeah, we called you had a kid, didn't tell us.
We forgave.
We called you had another kid, didn't tell us.
Forgave again. That was tough, though.
So I just assume that now that we're calling you, there must be something else.
It's hidden.
No.
Well,
there are no secrets.
Okay. Well, are Obadiah and Nikki there?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Wait, you named your kids after us, right? Are they? I mean, are they
doing good?
Are they there? Can we see them?
You're such a dork. Leave him be. Let him be.
Oh man. I mean, I got a lot of love for you guys, but not that much love.
Hey, we've had people name their pets after us, but I don't think any kids yet.
Just saying.
That's all we got.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say, if we were going for that, we missed. That we did not hit with Obadiah and Nikki, John and Ella.
Okay, well, close. I feel if you say it a little differently.
Those poor kids.
Oh yeah, right. Because being with Obadiah, that name won't cause any problems.
You know what, Nikki? That gives birth to leaders.
Does it?
Leaders.
Leadership right there.
All right. Leaders have names
Especially
like
if my
that.
son went one day, says, Dad, why'd you name me Obadiah? Well, let me just play you hours and hours of audio so you can see why. And he'll go,
No, he'll
what did I do?
know. Of course, he'll know Uncle Obadiah.
No, he won't, Nikki, because Steven never speaks of us ever.
That's all right.
It's very disappointing.
Well, let's just focus on Eclipse out today. I guess if personally we can't seem to connect and agree on things.
It's fine. It's fine. So, Steven, is the new album any good at all?
On a scale of decent to, just like garbage that a possum would just rummage around in, I would say it's pretty closer to decent.
Aww.
So, like, if it was it's like 51% decent.
It's just enough that you wouldn't throw it out.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
good. That's good. You're like Obi. Obi always says hot garbage. So
yeah.
a little bit better than that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if hot garbage is like better than like cold garbage, but it's a little bit better than garbage.
Hot garbage is worse than cold garbage because hot garbage stinks a lot.
Smells more.
Yeah. So talk to us about, on Eclipse, the new album. Tell us about the new Christmas song.
Will you stop bothering this man? Will you just leave him be?
What? So which Christmas classic did you include this year?
He will not want to include us in this personal stuff if you can't professionally help him out a bit. Leave him alone on Christmas.
You know, Steven, I ask you questions and immediately I'm rebuffed.
Yeah. Let me say this. If people are walking around, I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't even want to get into that debate. But if that's the case, then I think any of our songs could be a Christmas song if you fight hard enough. So
that's true. You can make anything work.
I have the beholder.
All right. You know what, dude? That was a total cop-out, and we all know it. And I guess we'll just go from there. So, dude, real talk.
This is Steven from Wolves of the Gate.
It is.
It's a New Music Friday today, so you have chances to win a download of Eclipse, which is out today.
Mm-hmm. So, Steven, I guess we're not getting the Christmas song.
Not right now.
Okay, all right.
That's he's not confirming nor denying it.
He didn't record one. He didn't.
That was my political move.
Yes,
I can either confirm nor deny.
Good.
Okay, it's good.
I plead the fifth.
Very good. That's great. Except you can't because you're not currently on trial. But
you make him feel like it. That is true. Every time you talk to him.
Well, that's what I'm here for. So,
Judge Obadiah.
Weekdays at 4 p.m.
Because remember, your name's Obadiah, and when you have Obadiah as your name, leadership there.
Leadership.
Of course you'd be a judge.
So, Steven...
I thought he was just a bullfrog.
Dude, he's so much more. Don't limit him like that, okay? Don't limit him. So, Eclipse is out today. What are you guys going to do to celebrate it?
You don't know what to do with a serious question, do you?
What?
Yeah, I know.
I try to transition. I try to make it real.
You spooked him.
Well, we did celebrate it by doing a 2-week tour before that, and that was a lot of fun. So we celebrated every night in that tour just by getting to play the songs because it was a ton of fun. We had a blast. It was great seeing people. The show in Columbus was great, a lot of fun, hot, lots of sweat was sweated. And a lot of fun was had.
Okay. So then you're saying that tonight, like, no steak dinner? No surf and turf with a little shrimp or something?
No, well, the label, they didn't send out the Omaha steaks to land, July 26th.
That's too bad.
Well, we will talk with them when we're done.
Instead, our press people from the label said, "Hey, we're just going to expose you to some public ridicule on the radio. That's how you will celebrate."
Yes. You're welcome. We're a part of the release day.
And how do you feel about that now?
I've been smiling and laughing a lot, but I am crying inside.
Yeah. Okay. Well, right. that welcome to the show.
Yeah. It means nothing to him, Steven. It means nothing. It's just going to have to be how it is.
So this is Steven from Wolves of the Gate, one of our favorite people in the world. Our interviews aren't even interviews anymore. It's just...
It's family. That's what it is. It's family.
Well, okay. You know what? Okay, let me ask you this. You told us that you did a podcast last night. What was a good question that they asked you on the podcast?
Oh, man.
Teach us.
Put me on the spot.
Teach us how to ask a good question, Steven. Come on.
Yes, what would be good? Now, you can also pass if you don't want to. That's fine.
No, there was tons of great questions, just asking about the content or asking about the process or asking about new direction and new members. There's actually a lot to talk about, but it's not a big deal because you just probably didn't do your research. That's right.
Steven, thank you. I applaud you.
I'll tell you what, Steven. I spent as much time getting ready for this interview.
Wait, before you say something back, you watch it.
Okay. I spent as much time getting ready for this interview as you spent working on the Christmas song.
Oh, come on. What if he has one? You're going to ruin it.
He does not have
You're
one.
ruining Christmas.
I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get him to record a spiteful Christmas
Pretty
song.
much. I mean, do
He's just
Grinch. Something like that.
This is for radio. You shut up.
Just take it.
Nothing like the spirit of Christmas than some spiteful music.
That's what we love the most. It does the best on radio. I'll tell you that.
Like, it sells. I could sell that, dude. I could sell that.
This is Steven with Wolves at the Gate. Today is Eclipse, so it is New Music Friday. All day today when you hear Steven B telling you to be texter number 13, you're going to text the word Wolves to Radio U, and that's how you get a download of the copy today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Steven, we do appreciate you taking time to be on the show. We do congratulate you on
We
the
do,
release
absolutely.
of your album.
We do.
I can't look at him and
Without
be
laughing?
serious.
Don't look at him then. Don't look.
I can't help it. I can't. Okay.
too.
And so, we wish you and
Merry Christmas.
new band members and whatever the best, I guess. And I hope that the process was fulfilling and the content
direction
is
in
really
the future
good.
is very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, did you guys feel like you grew a lot on this album?
Stop.
Wait, I'll bet they grew a lot on this album, but there's still plenty of stuff there for classic fans.
He knows the questions. He knows them.
Am I wrong?
I just want to interview anybody that watches this that has no prior knowledge of Radio U or our band or our interactions, and just going, what is this?
Going on?
It's probably like turning on CNN or Fox News, and it's just a bunch of people yelling at each other.
Pretty much. They have a long history of just going at each other. Well, in a loving way. In a very loving way.
It's fine. All right. Well, Steven, thank you for indulging us yet again.
I'm sorry, Steven.
I'm sorry that the label makes you do this. I'm sorry.
You have our
court-ordered appointment.
Yes, you have our deepest apologies.
Right. He's only on probation for 2 more years. That's 1 more album, and he won't have to do these interviews anymore.
He'll be done soon, practically finished.
He won't have to. So, all right,
well, hang tight.
Yeah, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Steven from Wolves at the Gate. He's my favorite interview, but he's right. It's not really an interview. It's just...
It's like going home at Thanksgiving or something.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, I couldn't help but think of you last night, and I just wanted to share it with everybody else because I think I have found your weekend activity that's going to take it next level.
What am I doing?
You're on this level,
yeah,
but there's a level beyond it.
What am I supposed to do?
That's what people like me call next level. And you're going to go next level, Nikki. This is next level thinking.
I'm interested. What do we got?
Okay, I know this is a little last weekend, but I know you didn't do it, which is why it's perfect for this weekend. Available on streaming services everywhere now, Apollo 11.
Oh, was that with Tom Hanks, or was that the old movie? Or
that's Apollo 13.
That was that one?
Apollo 11 is all about the moon landing, and it is entirely footage that was shot in the 60s.
So is it a documentary?
It is, but there's no voiceover. So it's not like there's new... Wait. All of the voices that you hear in it are the voices from what's going on. Or like you'll hear like Walter Cronkite. You don't know. It's fine. That guy, okay. Cronkite. Like different guys and girls that throughout that you'll hear. And it's all the people in the moment.
So why do you want me to watch it this weekend? It's all been
restored. It's in 4K. Well, I watched it last night for the first time, and I almost called you because I was just like, man.
Sometimes he wants us to hit start and watch the same movie at the same time so we could talk about it.
Nikki is going to love this so much.
I die.
In space? I know, but this will get you ready for it.
Actually, it might seem silly to some, but Sugar Rush is this Netflix show, and the second season's coming out today. So that's what I was going to watch this weekend.
And I just saved you from that. Because I told you about this Apollo 11 documentary.
So where is it at?
You can't just stream it. You have to buy it.
Sorry, Eric. I'm not buying it. Are you buying it for me? Don't even buy it for me. I would really feel bad.
Oh, well, open your email. Okay. See if you see what Santa may have dropped in there.
I don't want to watch it.
Why not?
I don't want to watch an Apollo 11 documentary. It sounds like the worst.
The worst?
For this weekend, yes, it does.
The worst?
Literally the worst. That's terrible. I don't want to take away from other people watching it.
It was so good. Celebrate. I mean, last weekend was the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, and I know I know you missed out on it. See, that's why it's great that you could watch it this weekend. Nikki, it's so good. It was amazing.
Actually, I'll give you this. I bet it was good because you love that stuff.
It was great, and I just wanted to be able to share it with you. So if you would get it and then talk to me we could talk about it on Monday. Like we could get your review of the documentary.
Now, Lisa wants to watch it. She texted in. Why don't you share it with her?
Well, no, you and Lisa can be BFFs now. You get together, two of you watch it together.
Would love someone to come over like, hey, what are you watching?
Apollo 11
documentary.
And you know what they would say? They wouldn't say anything. They'd just sit down and be quiet so they didn't miss anything.
They would watch it with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for telling me about it.
I purchased it.
You did?
I did.
Without even thinking
Unapologetically.
about it?
I wanted to see it. It was on sale. I've been waiting for it to become available in 4K, which it at first was not. And I was just like, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yay.
So I just want you go ahead. You'll be able to watch it in 4K on your Roku thing you got
right,
there.
I can.
I know.
I can do that.
So bring everybody together, call some friends and family, and just celebrate.
Just kidding. I love when you come to the table with these great ideas.
Okay.
The enthusiasm is just something. So thank you for sharing that with everybody. Maybe I don't get to watch it this weekend, but I bet you someone listening is all about this documentary.
I know that someone. Her name is Nikki.
If I did watch it, would I even tell you, or would I just keep it a secret?
You know what? You'd be so enthusiastic, you wouldn't be able to keep it a secret.
I would just call you right
away.
away.
You would come in and be like, oh my gosh.
I want to know about all the Apollo stuff.
Man, the restoration alone made this worth it. But let alone how amazing it is that we went to the moon.
Space stuff.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I don't want you to tell this from the female perspective. I want you. Here's
just
the man.
Tell you the facts.
Eric, who is Nikki's husband, comes in and he has a bagel that apparently Nikki wants. So what does he do? He gives her his bagel. He's like, I have a bagel, but you know what? You want it. I love you so much. Here's my bagel. So he brings it over. He sets it down. She gets the bagel. She takes a bite of it. Eric's bagel's not good enough for Nikki.
None of this happened.
All of it happened.
No, it didn't.
I'm not done. So he sets it down in love, an offering. Nikki rejects his offering of love. Sacrifice. No bagel for me. You take the bagel. I'll go hungry. Then Nikki takes a bite and goes, I don't like it.
No, I didn't say that at all. I said I don't like a cinnamon raisin bagel, so I gave it back to him.
So, okay.
It is a pronoun.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how I feel it went?
Nope, not done.
Can't I?
Not done. Because then she's like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll go in the break room.
We have these amazing bagels in the freezer.
We do. I'll make myself a bagel, and I'll just take some of your cream cheese, which we all know in reality is I'll scrape all the cream cheese off except what has soaked into the bread.
Yes. No, I will try to leave some.
And the expectation is that that's fine.
And would you go make me the bagel?
And make the, yeah, okay. Now, if we were to turn that around, that would be considered abusive behavior.
No, it's not. And that's not even how it went.
That is a very accurate description. Fine, let's hear your how it's okay to abuse Eric take on it.
Well, I saw he was getting breakfast. I said, did you get anything for me? So when he came in, he handed me, making it seem like...
How did you know he was getting breakfast?
I could just see where he was. I got the notification.
So let me see if I got this right.
On my card.
If that doesn't sound abusive, tracking Eric wherever he is all the time.
No, I just
so Eric, I know you just went to get some food.
Do you want to hear what the next step was or not? Or we just want to yell at me?
Oh, you know what?
What, you don't like this step?
Please control me some more.
No! So then I said, oh, could you next time just let me know because I would like something for breakfast too. I want a bagel or a donut. I would like that.
And Eric said, you know what, here, take mine.
Handed me the donut or the bagel, made it seem like, he had gotten me something. When I see it, I then find out, I know he did not get that for me. He just got that for him. But he was trying to make it seem like, he did bring me one.
Okay, so he sacrificed his for you.
Well, yeah, but I like a cinnamon raisin bagel, so I gave it back to him because
after you taken a bite.
That wasn't me. It was him who took the bite.
Would you just put your nose on it and smell it?
No, I looked at it. You could tell it's a cinnamon raisin bagel. I do not like a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Right.
So then he has it now and he can eat it.
Rejection of offer of love. Go make me something I like and I'll steal your cream cheese.
Hey, between this and the picture you posted, you're not being nice today.
What are you talking about?
Being very trolly today.
I posted a great picture of Nikki on my Instagram that if you want to know the truth, I actually do think it's a great picture because it's Nikki just like, hey!
Bagel! No. Bagel! Okay, but he ate all of it, so now there's no more cream cheese left.
No, there's still some left. You can still steal the last of his cream cheese, which is for the best.
We only have a little butter left in the fridge, and I don't know whose it is, so I need something.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because RadioU exists, and RadioU only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
It wasn't like they were emailing Hitler.